Okay, so this next video is going to be teaching you how to create SROs. So SROs are what we do whenever people are checking in their computers for Serve to take a look at them. So Serve, as you probably know, is our on-campus IT department. They're our help desk that provide assistance to anybody that's having computer problems. So sometimes these problems require for them to be checked in and for Serve to hold on to them for a little bit and do some diagnostic tests, order some parts, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to walk you through the basics at first, and then I'll show you how to create an order from SROs as well. So what you'll do is you will go to the SROs tab on LightSpeed, and you'll hit this little plus button down at the bottom. So there are two options as to what you can do with the customer name. Either you can search the customer, so I'll search my own name, and you can have the customer like that, or you can create a new customer. So when creating a new customer for an SRO, you need to get their first name, their last name, their cell phone number. So I'm just going to put down a fake one for now, and then their email. So I'll put down my student email. And then you can hit save, and that will create the customer in our system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit out of this, and I'm not going to save myself since I already have my name in here. And then I'm going to just type my name in again and use that as the basic information. So when a student is checking in an SR or a computer, there is a form behind the help desk that they can either fill out at Serve or fill out at the checkout at the register. So on this form, it'll ask for the make and model of their computer password, what seems to be going on with the computer, if they're leaving any chargers or anything like that along with the computer, and then a description of what's happening. So under problem description, you'll write down what's wrong with the computer. So it can be anything from won't boot to water damage to broken screen. So what I'm going to do is I'll say water damage is my issue because that's one that we get pretty frequently in here. Under warranty, you can say if they're covered by Apple Care Plus or Safeware, which are the two different warranties that we take at the store. And then under warranty info, you'll write covered under blah, blah, blah. So if they're covered under Safeware, then that's great. If they're covered under Apple Care, that's great. If they aren't covered under warranty, then they're going to have to pay a $25 deposit, which when you go to parts, you'll type in student labor and click on student labor, and it'll be a $25 deposit. Now, this deposit is non-refundable unless there's absolutely nothing that Serve can do about it. So once you're here, you'll hit save, and you'll invoice this and for their deposit. So they'll go ahead and pay the $25 in an invoice. They can pay with either card, Bobcat card, cash, check, anything like that. And you will save it like that. If they don't need to pay a labor charge, that's totally fine. But you will need to invoice the labor fee once they're paying it. If they need to order any parts or anything like that, like a new hard drive is typically expected if you have water damage, or like a motherboard, you'll type in the product, either the product code or the product name on this description. So if I type in motherboard and then click on motherboard right here, it'll say that it's a $480 charge. And what you'll do there, instead of invoicing this, since we won't have the product here already and we'll have to create an order, is you'll take a deposit for it. So what you do there is you go to the deposits tab and you run it like a basic invoice, except you're not actually invoicing it quite yet. So down here at the bottom is going to be the total, including the Serve labor charge and the cost of the motherboard. So you'll need to be sure to subtract $25 from this total if they've already paid the labor fee. So the total would come out to be $1360. So I'll say that I pay with MasterCard or Visa or whatever. That's fine. And then you can hit save, run the deposit, and then once you've done that, you're going to create an order from it. So you'll go to order. It'll ask for which, the entire SRO or the selected lines. You hit the selected line, which will be the motherboard. You hit save, and then you'll invoice it. And when you invoice it, you need to create, or it'll ask you, here, I'll just go ahead and save this and I'll delete them later since we're not actually doing this. So you'll hit save and then you'll hit PO. So when you create a PO, it'll ask if you want to do that, and then it'll bring this up. So if my computer is an Apple computer, I'll have to type in that we are getting it from Apple service. So this will put in the cost and everything and create this actual PO, and then you hit save, and that will create an actual order for this so that the product is ordered and on its way for the customer. Now, like I said, I'm gonna not save that and everything, and then I'm going to delete this order because we don't want to actually order something that we don't need. So I'm going to save that. And yeah, that's basically it for SROs. There are different parts that you'll have to order and everything. Most of the time Susan or Charles will deal with those, but they can help you out if you're the one in charge of doing that. So it's not too complicated, and it's really important to work with Serve to make sure that we're getting these computers fixed in a timely fashion. So I hope that this was helpful, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask Charles, Susan, or any of the other employees that work here, and they'll be sure to help you out. All right, thanks guys.